Hi guys, it's me, and I wanted to do the tag that Little X Love started about the baby names. I thought it was a very unique tag and a very fun tag. So I wanted to share my baby's names with you guys also. So we're gonna start with the oldest baby and the oldest to youngest. So I'm not gonna do who I got first. I'm just gonna do the oldest baby to the youngest baby. So we're gonna start with Miss Gianna. And her full name is Gianna Cherie Starr, and it is an Italian name. Gianna is Italian, and it means God's grace or God is gracious. Her middle name, Cherise, is a French name, and it means like the fruit cherry. And her, in Italian, it means dear or beloved. There's two meanings to Cherise. And then Star is, of course, English, and it's just the name of a star. And the other questions were, is there a special meaning for you? And it's the name Cherise. Well, let me start with the first name. Gianna is the name of one of my little cousins. And I used to see her all the time at church, and she was also one of my dancers. So when I did leave to switch churches and go to a new church, I wanted a doll to remember her by, so I named Gianna after my little cousin. And then Cherise is also one of my little dancers from church, and I named her Cherise after her, and I named her Star just because it went together. I like names that flow together. I don't like just names that look thrown together, so I like them to have a ring to it. So it's Gianna Cherie Star. And question 4 was, how did I come up with it? How did I find it? Like I stated before, it was the name of my little cousin, who is also one of my dancers. And number 5, did you consider any other names for her? I considered naming her Leela, only for the simple fact that I had a Lila, and Lila is no longer with me, so I was gonna name her Leela. So yeah. And what would their name be if they were the opposite gender? I think she's all girl. I couldn't imagine her a boy. When I looked at the kit, I decided to get it, and it was always going to be a girl. So I've never seen any boy kits in the Annie sculpt. So yeah, there's little Gianna Cherie Star. So next is Miss Kimbella, and her full name is Kimbella McKimberlin Grace. I did not find a full meaning for the name Kimbella, so I just split it up into 2 parts. And I looked up Kim, which is an English name, and it means ruler or chief. And then Bella in Italian means beautiful. So Kimbella is a ruler, and she's very beautiful. And McKimberlin does not have a meaning, and I looked and looked, and there's no meaning for McKimberlin. It's something I made up anyway, so I wouldn't really expect it to be one. And Grace is a Latin name for favor or blessing. Question 3, is there a special meaning? Not really. I just really like the name Kimbella together. So I just named her Kimbella. And 4, how did you find it or come up with it? It was a name of a lady off a TV show. I forgot what show it was. It was a while ago, but it was the name of a TV show. And 5, did I consider any other names? No, I did not. To me, she looked like a Kimbella, and that's what I was going to name her. And 6, if she was the opposite sex, what would her name be? And for her, she looks like a Rylan or a Riley, so I probably would have named her Rylan. But, yeah, there's my Kimmy, Miss Kimbella, my Kimberlyn Grace. Hi, guys. So, next is my little princess, Aaliyah. And Aaliyah's full name is Aaliyah Gabrielle Sky. The name Aaliyah is Arabic, and it means lofty or exalted. And in Hebrew, it means ascender. Her middle name, Gabrielle, is Hebrew, and it's a female name for Gabriel, which was an archangel. And Gabriel means God is my strength, so that's what her name means. And Sky is an English name, and it's just simply Sky. It just means the sky. Number 3, is there a special meaning for, for you? Not really. I just love the name Aaliyah, and it was not because of the singer Aaliyah, who died. But I just really love the name Aaliyah, and that also goes for question 4. How did I come up with it? I always had the name, and I just love the name. I was just waiting for the right baby to come along, and she looks like an Aaliyah to me, so that's her name. And 5, did you consider any other names? For her, I actually did consider naming her Naomi, which I am going to use for another baby. I don't know how soon, but I like the name Naomi, and she looked more like an Aaliyah to me than a Naomi, so I named her Aaliyah. And 6, what would their name be if they were the opposite gender? And her name would have been Christian, I'm pretty sure. I like Christian for her. Her little face looks like a Christian. So, yeah, there's Miss Aaliyah Gabrielle Sky. So next is my little Prince Jabari, and he is more interested with looking out of the window. So he's just looking out, I guess looking at some birds and some grass. So, the first question, what is your baby's name and how do you spell it? His name is Jabari, and I'll put the spelling at the bottom. And his full name is Jabari Khalik Storm. And the name Jabari is African, and it means fearless, and it's also Egyptian, which was very shocking to me. I didn't know that his name was Egyptian, and it means famous or brave. So basically, the same name as fearless, the same meaning as fearless in the African version. Khalik, I couldn't find a meaning for the name Khalik. And Storm is an English name, and it means storm. 3, is there a special meaning for you? For Jabari, not really. I just really like the name, and he looks like a Jabari. But for his middle name, Khalik, it was. I used his name to represent a little boy that I taught in Sunday school, and he was the sweetest little boy ever. He was, I think he was 2.5 years old at the time, and his name was Khalik, so I really loved his name, and I really loved the little boy, so I named him after Khalik. 5, how did you find it or come up with it? Like I said before, Jabari, I just love the name Jabari, and Khalik came from the little boy. Storm, it just ran together smoothly. Like I say, I like names that go together really smoothly, so yeah. 5, did you consider other names? Yes, I did consider Khalik for the first name, but I couldn't find anything to go behind Khalik or to make a middle name out of, so I just named him Jabari Khalik. And 6, what would their name be if they were the opposite gender? And for Jabari, he looks all boy to me, but I would have to say if I did make him a girl, his name would probably be Jalea or Jalen, something like that. But yeah, there's my Jabari Khalik Storm. So here are the twins, and we'll start with, I guess, the oldest, which is Amaya. So this one's Amaya. And Amaya's full name is Amaya Cheyenne Jax. And Amaya is a Japanese name, and it means night rain, which I really didn't know that. I just like the name Amaya. And Cheyenne is a Native American name. It means plains or tribe. Plains tribe is a plains tribe. So they live out in the coastal Plains. And the name Jax is an English name, and it means God is gracious. And I didn't even think Jax would have a meaning, but I'm glad I found it. And it's the same meaning as my middle name also, so it's really special. 3, is there a special meaning for you? And it, not really. It just matched a miracle. I had a miracle's name set, so I needed something to match a miracle. And 4, did you consider any other names? And no, because like I said, I just wanted it to match a miracle's name. So she ended up with Amaya, which I'm so glad she did, because I think it's a gorgeous name. And 5, did you consider other names? Yes, I did, and I looked into Adeline, Addison, or Ashton, and I like Amaya. I like Amaya better, so I just stuck with Amaya. She was almost an Ashton though, so it would have been a miracle in Ashton. But Amaya has the M-A in it, the same as a miracle. So yeah. And 6, if they were the opposite gender, what would their name be? Well, what would their name be if they were opposite gender? I'm trying to remember the questions. But I probably would have named her Ashton. If she was a boy, it would have been Ashton definitely. And then for Miss Miracle over here in the blue passy, so you can see Miracle. Her full name is A Miracle Kalani Jade, and A Miracle is a Latin name and it means wonder. It's also an English name and it means marvel. So she's like a marvel. And Kalani does not. I didn't find a name, or I didn't find a meaning for it. They kept the word colony kept coming up, so I really couldn't find a meaning for her name. And Jade is an English name and it means precious stone. 3, is there a special meaning for you? Yes, there is. She was the smallest baby. She's the smallest twin and the lightest twin. So Amaya weighs more than she does. They're the same length, but Amaya weighs about a half a pound to a pound lighter than, Amaya weighs a pound or a half a pound heavier than a miracle. So she's the smallest. And 4, how did you find or come up with it? My cousin, she had a niece, and when she was born, she was 1 pound and 5 or 6 ounces, and she survived. Actually, I think she is 6 or 7 now, but she was a pound when she was born, and her mom named her a Miracle, and I just thought it was so pretty. So it was about 7 years ago I heard of the name and I really liked it, and I haven't met any more miracles around, so it was also a very unique name, and I love unique names. So 5, did you consider any other names? And no, I didn't. I knew that I wanted a set of twins, and I wanted them to be named, I wanted one of them to be named a Miracle, so I knew one was going to be named a Miracle. It was just coming up with the second name, or the other baby's name. And what would their name be if they were the opposite gender? I would have stuck with just Miracle. I wouldn't have put an A in front of it. But, yeah, if she was a boy, I'd have named her Miracle. So, yeah, here's my twins, Amaya, Cheyenne, Jax, which is in the pink, and then Miss A Miracle Kalani Jade, which is in the blue mittens. So there's my girls, guys. So here's little Mason, and his full name is Mason Jeremiah Logan, and Mason is an English name and it means stone worker. Jeremiah, his middle name, is a Hebrew name and it means God will exalt or God will raise up. And Logan is a Scottish name and it means a little hollow. Number 3, is there a special meaning for you? Really, I just love the nickname Mace, so I was trying to figure out something that'll go with Mason. The only thing I could think of was Mason. So that's how he got the name Mason. And for Jeremiah, my sister came up with the name Jeremiah, and for Logan, her boyfriend named him Logan. So he has a name from 3 different people. And how did you find it or come up with it? I just looked at him, and to me, he looked like a Mason. And for my sister and her boyfriend, I have no clue. They were just shooting out names, and I said I like Jeremiah and Logan. So yeah. And 6, huh? 5. Okay. Did you consider any other names? And yes, I did. I was gonna name him Brenton Jeremiah Logan, and I was always gonna keep Jeremiah and Logan because, like I said, my sister gave him that name. But I was gonna name him Brenton at first, but I think Mason suits him a lot better. See a little more. And 6, what would their name be if they were the opposite gender? He looks all boy to me, but if he was a girl, I could see calling him Lily. Probably Lily, because he has such a super, super cute face and some beautiful lips. So I think I would call him Lily. He looks like a lily with the dark hair. But yep, I'm a boy. So there's Mr. Mason, Jeremiah Logan, guys. So here is Miss Shari, and her full name is Asharia Noel Faith. And for the name Asharia, I could not find anything on Asharia or Shari. So if anybody else has a baby named Shari or anything close to her name, if you can just let me know, because I didn't find anything. Noel is French, and it means Christmas, and Faith is Latin, and it means to trust. Number 3, is there a special meaning for you? I just love the sound of her name, Asharia, so I just went with it. I really just love the name Shari, so I just needed something to go in front of Shari, because I don't really like naming babies names like Shari or Maddie or something, because it sounds like a nickname. So I put Asharia, and I just call her Shari as her nickname. And number 4, how did you find it or come up with it? I actually used to watch a show, and there was a lady named Shari. She's a makeup artist, and I just love the name Shari. So like I said, I put Asharia in front of it, so it wouldn't sound like a nickname. And 5, did you consider any other names? For her, no, I didn't. I really didn't. And number 6, what would their name be if they were the opposite gender? I think she looks like a Nathan, or I don't know. Because I knew she was going to be a girl when I seen her. So yeah, there's Miss Asharia Noel Faith, guys.